Hey guys, welcome to episode 39. On today's episode, we're going to go through everything from episode 3, part 2, all the way through episode 38. And at the end of it, you'll get a sneak peek of everything that I've done from the end of episode 38 until the present day, November 10th. November 6th was the 1-year anniversary of Maverick coming home to start her journey of restoration and eventually sailing. What a year it's been, and I really hope you enjoy the video, taking a look back through all the work we've done over the past year. I'd like to urge you at this point that if you're not already subscribed, and I know a lot of you watching aren't, I see you, subscribe. Smash that subscribe button and like the video, comment, and with that, I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you at the end for a sneak peek of all the work that I've done since the end of activities in episode 38. All right, see you then. All right, it is right around 8 a.m., Monday, November 6th, 2023. Getting ready to head down to Peck's Boatyard in Marston's Mills to pick up Ormond and Mike of that boatyard. Ormond's going to be driving the boat on the trailer from Pecasset up here to Eastham, and Mike, his son, is going to be driving the boom truck with the masts and all the lead internal ballast and stands and all the other accoutrements that are coming with the boat. The boat's already on the trailer, so it's just loading up all the rest of the stuff and getting underway. So see you then. All right, here she is, loaded on the trailer. So, still the morning of the 7th, and I have completely reconfigured all the stands. Right now, this is my tool, reefing hook. We're going to reef the bottom garboard seam. So as you can see, we have water pissing out of there. I want to get the bilge dry. Yeah, so this is the garboard needed to be replaced years ago, and somebody was either too cheap or too broke or just didn't want to do it. So they siliconed and nailed on a big sheet of copper in the hopes that it would work to seal a dead plank. Look at this, look at all this bilge water dripping out of this thing. Yeah, I will say that might do it to drain the bilge. It's really pouring out now. All right, so here are our main spars. All disassembled and freed from the rigging and the hardware. They said the only real rot damage is way up top here, and that can be fixed. So these are ready for sanding. I'm going to take out the ceilings. You can already tell we have some frame damage here because that one's... This is nice wood. I think that's mahogany. Acting out the damn spiders. This vessel is no longer a charity house for wayward varmints. Alright, so I'm gonna cut the rub rail off, pull it off, and then so I can get at that shear strike plank. And I'm gonna cut in there where it's all rotted out and it's not doing anything. All the iron in this boat is what spelled a lot of this rot. But this is not nearly as bad as I thought. Alright, so that's all the plank cut I'm gonna do. You can see these ones are rotten. That shear strike up there is rotted. So I'm gonna get the interior out. These are some cheap, cheesy little nav lights. Yeah, those nav lights are not what I want. I'm planning on doing something hanging off the ratlins, something more traditional. Alright, I got all this stuff off. Anchor locker top, all the cleats. I even took the hatch off. Alright, so I have this water tank partially up. We have two of them. They're both 30 gallons according to the specs. I'm going to put them up through the top here. Let's give it a go. Yeah, that's not going to work. I have to bring them out the companionway. I'll show you guys in the four-peak V-berth here without the tanks. These out of here, that'll open a lot more space for me to be able to work on the hull. Alright, the water tanks are out and stowed under the boat. Alright, that is one toilet. Alright, anyone want a free marine toilet? Alright, so that bloody disgusting thing is going to the dump. Alright, off to the dump. Alright, so I've already sanded a little bit from the bottom of the main. I'm doing 60 grit right now. Alright, today is November 19th, 2023. The status on the masts. We have 2 coats of thinned varnish on these, so they're pretty much sealed. I didn't get them sanded exactly as far as I wanted them to be before varnishing, but it was imperative that I got the varnishing, at least the first couple coats of varnish on. The good thing is these are all 2 coats of varnish, they're sealed up, so they're not going to continue to decay. Alright, so I'm going to try get these masts sanded back. They're pretty rough. I did like a rough sanding up to 80 grit, and it's not really what I would call a satisfactory finish, so I'm just taking regular 150 grit paper and just sanding them back. Alright, all sanded down. The takedown sand on the masts, done. Coat number 3 of varnish, done. These are starting to look nice. Starting to look a lot less like rotten telephone poles and more like sailboat masts. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. That's our Carlin. Here's our deck beams. There's our beam shelf. The deck beams are in pretty good condition. The beam shelf's in pretty good condition, besides the fasteners. And apparently, the Carlin is also in decent condition. So structurally, this boat's not bad. We have all the rot up at the top of the frames. I mean, all in all. I mean, and it's kind of in keeping with what we're dealing with. You know, this is a well-loved boat. It's not hideously old. It's just that she's been neglected. A lot of this stuff it's not rotted so much as it's just like totally waterlogged. We're gonna remove the bowsprit. Light taps.
It's all about.
Okay. All right, lower it down. Lower it down. All right. All right, we're good. All right. Bowsprit removal complete. So once I get this whole assembly, this whole guy out, get at these ceiling boards on both sides. Yeah, that's the name of the game. Get this old girl gutted out so we can see the frames and the inside of the planks and determine where to go from there. Success! Hey look, a worm. Nice. So you notice that I'm being a little bit of a brute with some stuff, not with other stuff. I like mahogany, and I want to keep as much of the trim as possible. Very expensive wood, and worth saving if I can. The plywood, it's whatever. I don't really care. This boat is entirely improperly fastened. It is what it is, I suppose. I guess there was no expectation that this boat would last 62 years and that some crazy bastard with a YouTube boatwright degree would be restoring it. Not worried about keeping much of this stuff. This is going away. The mini wood stove's going to sit right there. Port side here is all disassembled. Got my work cut out for me. That is for damn sure. I didn't see the ad on Craigslist that said free wooden boat and not expect a disaster. So then it's really not a disaster, is it? Particle pegboard. Gotta love that. That's a piece of our planking. Alright, so I got that piece of bulkhead down. I just found something. You know how we put a coin under the mast when we step it? I never found one under our main. 2001 New York State quarter in the mast step. Cool. These bungs aren't epoxied in place like the ones in the Capriel were, so that's a good thing. And though annoying this may be, it's worth it because these are some really nice pieces of that's gotta be what? 3/4 inch mahogany? Wicked pissa. Look at that. That's tasty. Moldy moldy. Oh, it's fuzzy. Ooh. Alright, so that whole V-berth aft assembly is out. Alright, this area is gutted. So forward of the steps and the engine room bulkhead, the only thing left to strip out is the head. So this is what we're going to do today. Got an old electrical bus bar up there. That thing is rusty. I don't know about you guys, but placing an exposed bus bar inside the head of a boat without any sort of shielding or anything. God, man, this boat's electrical system is going away. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I love working in small spaces. At least I can stand up in this one. Here we have some nice mid-century Formica. It's going straight in the garbage. So what we're looking at here, we have 3 through hulls right here. This is the black water outlet. That's a gray water outlet from the head sink. So this must be a raw water inlet. Yeah, this trim's motto is hold fast. This is excessive fastening for just a door jamb piece. A seemingly simple task is never simple on a boat. All right, that's off. These are solid lumber. It's like true 2x stock. It's very interesting to dissect this boat and see, try to pontificate on the design choices. That's a big ass hunk of lumber. Haha. So that's particle board. Yeah, particle board. Nothing says the 1960s like cladding your kitchen cabinetry in particle board. All right, one kitchen sink. There's a lot of layers of crap that were on this kitchen counter, this galley counter. All right, got about a half a tank of diesel in there, and I'm gonna try to get most of that out, and then we'll see about draining the fuel system on the engine so I can start dismantling the rest of the cabin down below. All right, 10 gallons of diesel off the boat. All right, so I'm gonna try to get some of this stuff out of here. There are a series of tubes right here. Float switch for a bilge pump. All right, main bilge pump. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw that out because I don't know how old or new that is, and something as critical as a bilge pump, I'm not gonna risk it. Haha! Look at that thing. Look at all that mold, man. That's friggin' atrocious. This nasty asshole thing off the boat. Got a couple through hulls here. I think that is a sea strainer. And then that's a gray water outlet. That was for the galley sink. Yeah! Alright. One way to overcome rusty bolts, anchor, and rotten wood. Do that. Ah! I have found the data plate. I think today I'm going to tangle with this wonky console. Oh, and I will say too, this assembly is not original to the boat. So if you look at the picture from shortly after it was launched, it doesn't have this console here. And honestly, I don't like this. It's too much of a thing here. I mean, we have such a diminutive cockpit that I'd rather just have a smaller, more compact and more concise console. Here we go. Oh man. Well then, nice compost. Oof. Got a bunch of glue on it. I'll bet that's what's that pre-epoxy stuff? Resorcinol? I don't know. What do you guys think? Say that's shot? Let's say that's shot. This fiberglass job is piss poor, and this is original to the boat. They didn't wrap this. They just folded it over and put trim over. Little rebuilder. Quite possibly better than she ever was. There we go. All right, so this is all just temporary stuff until I get the shed going on. We have a nice high ridge line here. All right, I think this will do for now. And there we go, one tiller. I think I could probably start thinking of removing the rudder. It's just in the way at this point, and we'll see about that. Should we take the rudder off? I say we try. So this gudgeon here is shot. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Can you hold it there? Find a bigger hammer.
Well, you're good. Actually, no, we're not. We didn't pull it off. Whoa, got it. Got it. That was hilarious. Wow. That works. That works.
Well then. So yeah, these two gudgeons are completely rotted off. So these are bronze, but you can see they're just totally gone. Rudder's off the boat. Cool. Maybe next steps are getting these stainless plates off here. Big stainless plates are off. This stern, pretty solid down lower, but up here, it's just not much left of that oak. Note to future me, don't put bottom paint on these threads. I think we might need a new shaft out, don't you? So it looks like in the 80s they replaced a lot of these screws with stainless. Stainless screws and bronze brackets. This prop is on there tight. The propeller is a no-go. We're going to have to borrow or buy a prop pulling tool. Oh, okay. Cool, that was easier than I anticipated. Okay, cool. I don't know if it's going to work, but I took those set screws out. Maybe we can just pull the whole shaft and prop assembly off. I don't know. Nope. All right, you want to hold that fast, would you? Thankfully, this one, they're coming out easily, so. Oh, okay. Yeah, if only we could be so lucky. Oh, I want to get this thing off. Ha-ha! All right. All right, there's our drive shaft with prop out. This is a cutlass bearing. It's done. And we can try to get this thing off. This is bronze fastened with iron because, you know, why not put the similar metals in contact underwater? Nothing bad can come of that, right? There she goes. I think that's usable. When in doubt, cut it out. One stuffing box. Table saw set up 2 inches. Yeah, let's rip some boat lumber. I think I might need a new table saw. Five pieces usable as frames. so the two aft nameplates are off. All right, so these cap rails are secured down with the original Galvey screws, which are no longer screws. They're just rusted metal. So we just gotta give it a bit of persuasion with the pry bar. I got myself one of the DeWalt thickness planner. So we're gonna try it out. All right, so here's those 5 that I cut before. There's frame number 6, reclaimed lumber. All right, 2 beautiful white oak frames. I sprung a batten along the shear of the existing stanchions and it looks pretty good. This is why we're replacing the frames. Totally iron sick. I think we're totally reframing this boat. These are the top and bottom of the steam box. These are the sides, door and the end cap. Let's make some creosote. Creosote. Right. All right, container of creosote wood treatment. That definitely smells like it's bad for you. All the steam box bits covered in creosote solution. The steam enters from the bottom, circulates up, and then as it condenses, comes back down and then drips out the drain hole. And it loads from the high end up front. So we got all the pegs in. Man, these rusty ass fasteners suck.
What do you expect?
Oh, I expect it. I'm just lamenting that they suck.
You want?
I don't expect anything less. place. This joint. It's done. Yep. Right. Frisson frame. Ah, you son of a... Well.
I gotta help Dad here. Okay.
Nope. Nope.
Stay away.
Nope. All right. Okay, well, Serena.
Great success, Richie! Please don't pick any more tomatoes. can play with the ones you have though.
Hi, guys.
All right. Oh, there we go. Here's a rodent nest. Goodbye. Nice. All right. All right, cool.
Number 2.
Whoa, looks like I've got mushrooms growing out of my boat. Oh no. Just kidding. These are just clay dams that I used to hold in epoxy to fill in voids. So these can just be peeled off and scraped off to expose the epoxy, and then we can just plane them flush and put some up here, some in here to fill that check that was there. Once these are fared down, this stringer is going to be all set and ready to take the port side frame opposite the one we just did recently. So let's go inside the boat and see where we're at. All right, so here's our opposite frame, fared, fitted, and primed, ready to go in the boat. Let's go see where we're at down below. We've got all of our lozenges filled and relatively fared. Still got to grind down a little bit of excess epoxy. Definitely coming along. It'll be not too long now before these are ready to accept a frame. We have this scarf cut. We cut the scarf on the scarfing jig that I made up, and you'll see that in future episodes. And so this is ready. It's epoxied in, ready to be fared down. Once that's fared down, we can cut this scarf, and I have the other scarf piece right there. These scarves are a total of 1 foot long. That's just what it ended up being with the 8-to-1 scarf ratio that I'm using on my jig. Now, I wasn't able to get the jig in here in the router because it's a relatively big router and the jig just won't fit. And the base plate that goes on the router does not have enough freedom of motion here, so I did have to hog that out with the angle grinder and that rasp wheel, which worked out rather well for this one. Gives a little bit of gappage, but it's really all good. See more of our clay here just to dam it up. So anyway, that's where we're at currently here today as of November 10th. So, if you guys enjoyed the video and you enjoy my other videos, I really do urge you to click that subscribe button. It helps the channel, helps get everything in front of more eyeballs. And I know a lot of you who watch aren't subscribed, so go ahead and click that subscribe button. Click the notification bell next to it if you want to get notified every time I upload a new video. This is not a cheap project, so if you have it in you and you'd like to consider supporting this project monetarily, you can do so at that Patreon link down below. I really appreciate the one guy who's already done it, and I'd like to see more of you come on board, but if you can't or you don't want to, that's fine too. If you would like to pick up some fine marine epoxies, paints, accoutrements, all that good stuff from TotalBoat.com, I have an affiliate link down below. Click that and shop through it. You'll get 5% off your next purchase, and it helps the channel in the process. So anyway, guys, this episode took a while to render and to complete, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. So stay tuned for the video 2 weeks from now. It'll be on the regularly scheduled Saturday, so it'll be a little less than 2 weeks. But stay tuned for that. You'll see some of how we got to this point. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support and the views and the likes and the shares and the subscribes over the past year. I really appreciate it. And honestly, I don't think I'd have gotten to this point in this boat rebuild if it weren't for you guys. So thanks for being here. And thanks for everything. And I will see you on the next episode. All right. I'm Matt. This is Maverick. We'll see you next time. Bye.